In ancient times, the region of Nemea was known for two things: the defeat of the Nemean lion by Heracles and the Nemean Games. The lion was said to be invulnerable, but Heracles managed to choke it to death with his bare hands, and the skin of the lion became his iconic cloak. The Nemean Games were a celebration of Zeus and were held once every 2 years. Participants had to complete a 23-kilometer run from Cleone to Nemea and back before they could compete, and winners were celebrated in Pindar's 11 Nemean odes. The games were known for bringing people from different parts of Greece together and promoting peace among Greek city-states. Today, visitors can explore the ruins of the ancient Nemean Stadium and visit the nearby village of Archaea Nemea and the modern town of Nemea. Nemea was a land of history, myths, and tragedies, ruled by King Lycurgus and Queen Eurydice. One of the most famous stories was that of the Nemean lion, which was slain by the hero Heracles. But, it was a tragedy involving infant Opheltes that inspired the establishment of the Nemean Games. Following the incident, the Seven established the games in honor of Opheltes' memory. The judges of the games wore black robes as a sign of mourning. In the sanctuary of Zeus at Nemea, where the games were first documented in 573 BC, there was a necessary spring named Adrastea. Opheltes' grave was enclosed within a stone wall. Around 330 BC, a temple of Nemean Zeus was constructed in the area. The temple stands as a beautiful example of Hellenistic architecture, whereas a foundation wall suggests an archaic period temple once stood there. The temple lies in a cypress grove which used to contain a cult image. Aside from the temple, various exhibits, such as open-air altars, baths, and visitor accommodations, have been uncovered through annual excavations since 1973. Adding to the richness of history and mythology in Nemea, in 2018, archaeologists uncovered a large, intact tomb from the early Mycenaean era nearby. The Battle of the Nemea River was a major turning point in the history of ancient Greece. Sparta, the dominant military power of the time, was facing a coalition of forces made up of Boeotians, Euboeans, Athenians, Corinthians, and Argives. The battle was fought in 394 BC and it proved to be the last great victory that Sparta was able to claim. Both sides employed the standard Greek hoplite tactics, but something unusual happened. The army's right flank, which was firmly held by Sparta, began to drift as they moved forward. This created a vulnerability on the Spartan allies' side, leaving them open to a flanking attack. Despite this setback, Sparta was able to emerge victorious, but not without cost. Her allies on the left suffered severe losses. This differed starkly from the typical hoplite military tactics that insisted on conservative strategies, but Sparta's willingness to sustain losses on the left flank in exchange for a flanking position on the right proved to be a decisive move. The battle was notable for its many interesting details. For example, the Spartan commander, Agesilaus II, was wounded in the battle and lost his eye. The coalition forces had also brought war elephants into the fight, which must have been a terrifying sight for the Greek hoplites. Despite the victory, the Battle of the Nemea River foreshadowed the decline of Sparta's military power. The city-state would continue to be a major player in Greek politics for many years to come, but this battle marked the end of its unchallenged dominance. Once upon a time, in ancient Greece, there stood the Temple of Zeus, located in the sacred area of Nemea. The temple had become a popular attraction for tourists worldwide due to its remarkable architecture and cultural significance. Interestingly, the current Temple of Zeus was built on the ruins of a previous temple that had been destroyed in a fire. Despite the destruction of the temple, elements of the older temple still remain to this day, dating back to the 6th century BC. The current Temple of Zeus is 9,240 feet large and originally had 32 columns around its perimeter. However, only 3 of the columns are still standing today. To help visitors understand the original design, 6 columns have been reconstructed. The temple features different architectural styles including the Doric, Corinthian, and Ionic orders. The temple's exterior displays the Doric peristyle, while the Corinthian colonnade is present inside the temple. The second floor showcases the Ionic order. The precision with which the temple was built is evident from its impressive design and structure. The finished Temple of Zeus had no sculpted decoration, but its traditional design amplifies the care and ingenuity that went into constructing such a masterful landmark in ancient Greece. A visit to the site is an opportunity to experience the temple's greatness and impressiveness, conveying its cultural significance even after thousands of years. Today, the Temple of Zeus continues to draw tourists from all over the world, inspiring awe and wonder in all who visit.
Do you want to explore more Greek mythology stories? Who do you want to see featured next? Subscribe and leave a comment below to let me know. I'll see you in the next video.